Good morning all, and welcome to this meeting of the Perth Common Good Fund Committee on Monday the 21st of February 2022. Can I take apologies and then can we call the roll, Kirsten? Thank you.
Yes, convener, we have apologies from Councillor Ahern, Councillor Audrey Coates, Councillor Harry Coates, Councillor Drysdale and Councillor Lyle. Good morning members, when I call out your name, if you could please confirm that you are present. Councillor Parrott, we've heard from yourself. Councillor Liz Barrett.
Present.
Councillor Peter Barrett. Oh, sorry, Councillor Peter Barrett, were you on mute there?
Yeah, present with the mute button problems.
And Councillor Duff.
Present.
Councillor Massey. Councillor McCall.
Present.
Councillor Rebick.
Present.
And Councillor Wilson.
Present.
Thank you. All members are present apart from Councillor Massey.
Thank you very much. We'll move then to item 3, which is the minutes of the meeting held on the 8th of December, which of course was chaired on that occasion by Councillor Rebick in my absence. Can we agree the minutes of that meeting?
Agreed.
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 Thank you very much. Moving swiftly on, so are there any matters arising? We've agreed the minutes, but are there any matters arising? No. Okay, moving swiftly on, we move to item 5. At item 5, there are summaries of 3 small grants that were previously awarded, and the recipients have sought to, if you like, make changes to the detail of how those funds are used in line with the overall project intent, as I see it. No extra funds are involved. And I would hope that members would be agreeable to allowing the changes to the detail that they're seeking in the use of those funds. Can we agree all 3 together?
Agreed.
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 Thank you very much. We now move to paper 6, applications for financial assistance. Small grants first. The first application that we have is from the community interest company All Strong Scotland, and they have made an application for a grant towards their Fitness to Feel Better programme. In short, it is not recommended that a grant is made here because we have been able to find no information that any of the schools that they intend to work with have been approached, and nor has ECS been approached. Can we agree that line, or do members have questions or comment? Thank you.
Convener, I'm happy to agree the recommendation from the officers.
Thank you. Are others happy also to agree the recommendation that we do not award a grant here?
I have a comment in the chat box, convener. My apologies.
Sorry, it's not. I don't seem to be getting chat coming in.
Modern technology.
Yep.
I don't see your chat either, John. Your comment's not there, John.
Yeah. Okay. If perhaps we're a small group, if people can go to hands, that might work. Because I don't seem to be getting the chat. Going back to the paper, though, John, would you care to comment?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Also happy to agree in this case, officers' recommendations. I do feel we shouldn't close our minds completely to this, however. I know that we are able to offer similar things through Live Active Leisure, and we've not got much information. None of the schools have been contacted. I do think we should make it clear to this organisation that the services might be valuable at a future time, and I think we should seek to glean more information from them going forward, rather than dismiss it forever, although I'm happy to agree with officers' recommendations to not fund it on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Can members therefore, can we agree that we will not award? Lee, you want to come in?
Thanks, Convener. It was just to make councillors aware. You'll know, of course, that Friday past was the deadline for the Community Investment Fund. We've had a separate application from the same organisation for a different project targeting people who are dealing with substance misuse issues. Don't want to prejudge the outcome of that, but they have had funding in the past for projects targeting particular demographics. The feeling was on this particular occasion that there was too much duplication of services that were already available and no prior discussion with the schools, hence the recommendation that's there. But they certainly wouldn't be disqualified from applying again, and we will give them a full and frank explanation as to why any decision was reached today. Thanks.
Thanks, Lee. Much appreciated.
Thank you for that. Can we therefore agree on this occasion that we do not award the grant, but we ask officers specifically to go back to All Strong Scotland to invite them, if you like, to engage with ECS and the schools ahead of making a further application?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Agreed. Thank you very much. Moving on then, we have an application from Adventure Circus. For an application for £4,292 has been received from Adventure Circus for the Legend of Kinross Hill Dragon project. Members will have been able to read the exact detail of this project. I am content to recommend that the grant of £4,292 is awarded to this organisation. Are other members so minded?
Happy to agree.
Agreed.
Agreed. Okay.
Agreed.
Agreed. Thank you very much.
Andrew, if I may, I wanted to ask a question about this. I agree with the grant award, but the number of people who benefit from that is actually quite small, just 500. And I'm just wondering if there's any sort of online presence about the work that they're going to do, or something else that can be accessed by more people. It's quite a lot of funding for quite a small participation.
Thank you, Sheila, for that. Yes, I agreed with you in the sense that I noticed that the numbers involved, and it works out at about, I think, £8 per head, which is in line with other grants that we make on a per head basis. But I agree that perhaps we should mandate officers here to look to see whether an online presence for this event or these events can also be made. Are you content with that?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yeah. Lee, you wanted to come in? Thank you.
Yeah, we can certainly ask that specific question, but just to assure committee members that there will be an online presence, in as much as the plaque that's being installed at the site will have a QR code which will take anybody that uses it to a set of online resources all about the project.
That's good to hear. Thank you. Moving on then, we now come to the capital grants. We have an application from the North Inch Golfers Group for a grant of £4,900 towards contributing to enhancing the appearance of the new golf starters box, a much delayed project that is now underway. I am happy to recommend that we grant the £4,900 requested. Are other members so minded?
Agreed.
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 Agreed. Thank you very much. We move to Darnhall Tennis Club, who have made an application for £2,355 for making improvements, bonding, treatment and repainting to 3 of their main tennis courts. Again, I am happy to recommend that the grant of £2,355 is awarded. Are other members so minded?
Agreed.
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 Thank you very much. Moving on now to paper 7. Can I invite Lee Haxton to briefly introduce this paper? Thank you. Sorry, Sheila, all of a sudden I've got a question coming up. Is that
that was from earlier.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Convener. Yes, very briefly, this is a summation of a bit of work and conversation that I believe all members are already aware of. Historically, the carillon at I keep getting that, I can't get my tongue around that word, sorry. The carillon at St John's Kirk has applied on an annual basis for a common good grant to help cover the costs of annual recitals, a programme of which is typically agreed with the council's events team on an annual basis. And what we're seeking to do here is similar to some of the other events that we have in Perth City, including the fireworks display every year, is instead of asking the St John's Kirk to submit an annual application, that the committee resolves to give them an annual grant based on historic payments, which will then allow them to plan ahead, and that grant would be paid upon the agreement of a programme of recitals for the year. Hopefully that's clear enough. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for that, Lee. If I can expand on that slightly, Christina Flynn and myself met at a lengthy meeting it seems a long time ago now, in I think it was August or September last year, to discuss this, and this paper results from those discussions. Councillor Wilson, you have a comment to make.
I was going to make the comment after you introduced your recommendation, convener.
Okay, in that case, I'll move to that and say that I am happy to recommend that we make this annual grant of £2,000. It is in similar vein to the support that we give for the Christmas festivities and the fireworks, but a considerably smaller amount of money. The carillon is definitely part of the St John's Kirk and the Perth heritage. And the feeling is that making a small annual grant a permanent feature is something that will facilitate the church in maintaining and taking forward the carillon into the future. So I am happy to recommend that we make the annual grant of £2,000. Willie.
Convener, I'm very happy to, if that's a proposal, to second that. I think this is a good rational way of dealing with the situation. It's going to save the committee time, it's going to save the Kirk time and give them an assurance that there's a way forward. And also, I think it fits in very well with the redevelopment of the City Hall and the opportunities to have far more people around in the future in the vicinity to hear the carillon recitals. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we agree this paper?
Sorry, convener, I've stuck a C up again, which is
okay.
Not
please go on, John.
Thank you. Sorry, Andrew. Just a quickie, and entirely supportive of this. I think it makes perfectly common sense to commit to a number of years, quote unquote. My only slight comment, I guess, in terms of strong governance, is that a number of years is not very clear, and I'm wondering if there's a future administration, for example, not necessarily post this time, but in 5 years' time, we're committing to it forever, basically, as far as I can see in the paper. And I'm wondering if there's a mechanism for the Perth Common Good Fund Committee at some point in the future, whether it's 5 years, 10 years or 20 years in the future, to change its mind about this. So I'm just really after a little bit of reassurance that there would be an exit strategy should a future Perth Common Good Fund decide that that would be appropriate. Thanks.
Thank you, John. I think I can give you that reassurance. I see nothing in the rules for the Common Good Fund that would prevent us reviewing any of the previously 2 and perhaps now 3, if you like, standard grants, if I can call them that. I don't see anything in the rules that would prevent us reviewing those at any stage that the Common Good Fund Committee so chose. Thank you.
I appreciate that reassurance, Commissioner. Thank you.
I see no other hands or anything in the chat. Can we agree this paper?
Agreed.
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 Agreed. Thank you very much. Moving on now to paper 8, the 22-23 budget and 21-22 financial statement. Can I ask Mr. Coyne to introduce this paper? Thank you.
Thank you, convener. This report seeks approval of the proposed budget for the Perth Common Good Fund for financial year 2022-23. And I also ask the committee to note the draft budgets for financial years 23-24 and 24-25. The report also provides for noting the details of the income and expenditure for the fund to the 31st of December 2021 and the projected outturn for the current financial year. So the proposed budget for 22-23 is largely unchanged from the current year, and it achieves a surplus of roughly 10% of the total income for the fund, which this provides contingency for any variations to income or expenditure estimates for the year. So sections 2.6 to 2.13 of the report provide further detail of budget lines and related activities. Section 2.8 provides a note of the financial assistance underspend for the current and previous financial years. And section 2.10 includes proposed budget lines for Christmas events. However, some of these budget lines may require review when related activities and costs are known. Sections 2.14 to 2.17 of the report provide the estimated fund balance at 31st of March 2022 of £1,799,000. It's expected that the 2022-23 budgeted surplus will increase the fund balance to £1,823,000 at the 31st of March 2023. So given the increase in the fund balance during the last 5 years, it is proposed that the minimum balance is raised to £1.5 million. This will provide certainty for placing balances in deposit and will also protect the longer term sustainability of the fund. So turning to the 21-22 financial statement, it is estimated there will be a surplus of circa £126,000 for the current financial year. The surplus reported to the committee in December 2021 was approximately £72,000. And a note of the items contributing to the additional £54,000 surplus is provided in section 2.19 of the report. So happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Donald. Are there any questions? I'm just looking for hands. Liz. Councillor Barrett, Liz.
Thank you, Councillor Barrett. Just wanted to say thanks very much, Donald, for all the work on this, and to the rest of the team. On the increase in the revenue, the minimum revenue account balance, I can see that that still leaves us with a lot of headroom. So that looks fine, but going forward, presumably there's nothing to stop a future Common Good Fund committee deciding to reduce the balance again if we need the money.
Yes, Councillor, that would be the case, but I mean, we would take the stance that, you know, being prudent and long-term sustainability, we would like to try and keep the balance at, you know, the £1.5 million. But yeah, there's no reason that, you know, we might need to dip into that in the future if something totally unexpected, you know, occurred. But yeah, I mean, for long-term, you know, sustainability, I would recommend keeping the balance at the £1.5 million.
Thank you.
Again, Liz, as with the previous answer to John, I don't think anything we do now ties the hands of a future Perth Common Good Fund committee. But I was always determined, ever since I've taken on this role, to seek to, if you like, secure the value of the Perth Common Good Fund going forwards. So that, if you like, this generation can never be accused of spending the next generation's money on the Perth Common Good Fund. Many thanks to you. Do we have any other questions on the financial report, paper 8? No. In that case, can we agree the paper?
Agreed.
Thank you very much. We now have 2 private papers relating to a property on Shore Road and the golf club. Can
Andrew,
we therefore...
Excuse me, Andrew, sorry, carry on.
Can we therefore leave this meeting, but not before Sheila's had her comment, and move to the private meeting? Sheila?
No, it's fine. I've spoke too soon.
Okay, in that case, if we can now leave this meeting and rejoin directly in the private forum. Thank you.